hormones are real. Do not Google stuff. I smell different, like in my armpits. Hello YouTubers, I'm Keely Marie, founder of Mantra Active and Keely Marie Online. As some of you might know, I am 16 weeks pregnant and I wanted to make this video to share some of my experiences about things that I was not really aware of when getting pregnant. So I think an obvious one, first and foremost, hormones are real and they can be a roller coaster. And the main one in the first trimester is this thing called HCG. And that one is the one that they're associating with morning sickness and being tired and just generally feeling quite for the first trimester. Fun fact, you produce more estrogen while you're pregnant than you do the entire time in your whole life where you're not pregnant. Do not Google stuff. Google like literally will tell you way too much, and it is always so much better to go to a qualified source for that information because yeah, it can just lead to a rabbit hole that you don't want to go down. So here's one that I did not expect, and that's down there discharge. Yes, it's a thing and it happens, and I would definitely suggest a liner. I find that it's worse in the mornings. So just a heads up guys, liners are gonna be your friend. Don't freak out, it's normal, so normal, but yeah, it's a thing. Okay, so in my first trimester, I was hungry all the time. And that is normal. The one thing that I'm a nutritionist, so the one thing that I get asked a lot is what should I eat or not eat during my first trimester or during the whole pregnancy? And my answer to that is eat whatever you want within reason. And that's because your body will tell you what you need. Just try and make better choices if you can. I found that I didn't really have any particular cravings. It was more just that I wanted to eat everything. And if there was something that I didn't want to eat, then I really did not want to eat it. I'd eat something where my body was going, yeah, no, I'm not feeling this. And 30 minutes later, it was in the toilet because I threw it up. Exercise. I am so grateful that I am a personal trainer and teaching classes saved me through that first trimester. There is no way I would have got my butt up and moving while I felt nauseated if I wasn't a teacher and had obligations. And I am so grateful because I found out early on, if I got up first thing in the morning, didn't give it a second thought and just did 30 to 40 minutes of gentle movement through Pilates or yoga, I actually reduced my symptoms of morning sickness and I felt more energized until the afternoon. So exercise is your best friend. And even if you don't feel super motivated to do it, gentle movement will seriously help, and it does help reduce the instances of gaining a lot of weight really quickly. You should gain weight in pregnancy, that is absolutely true, and you don't want to be focused on your weight, but you also don't want to gain too much weight too quickly. So exercise, people, it's the best thing for you, obviously unless there's a contraindication, I have to say that. But anyone else, just get moving. Call the midwives at your hospital. They are the best resource you will have. I can't tell you how many times I called the midwives at the hospital in my first pregnancy in particular. I just didn't know if stuff was normal, and they were so patient and they answered my questions, no problems. They were literally angels. So do that. It's great to have someone reassure you and tell you that it's normal, and you just feel 10 times better. So call them a lot. I did find that my libido dropped a lot. I was just like, by the end of the day, just like lounging around, couldn't be bothered to do anything. So if that happens to you, don't stress. That is normal, but it is perfectly safe and perfectly okay to have the sexy times. Okay, don't stress about that unless you've been told otherwise by a doctor or a professional. You know, the baby got there that way. So it's pretty safe to say that you can still have intimacy in your life if that's how you're feeling. One thing that stressed me out was sleeping. Like, I was so worried that I was gonna sleep wrong. I am like the most demented sleeper. I sleep like a seal on my stomach. I sleep with my arms all over the shop. And I was really worried that I was going to sleep wrong and do something to my baby. And yes, I did call the midwives about that. And you read a lot of conflicting evidence. They say you should sleep on your left side, you should sleep on your right side, sleeping on your back's terrible. But to be honest, I think like if you're in a position while you're asleep that your body's not happy with, you will just move or you'll wake up and move. So I learned not to get too stressed about that. What's more important is actually just finding a comfortable position, especially as you get bigger. Okay, this one might be too much information. And I don't know if it happens to everyone, but it's happened to me. I smell different, like in my armpits. And I don't know why, but I do smell different, and it must be to do with the estrogen. It has to be. But if that's happening to you, please know that you're not the only one. And yeah, you may smell different. So just lather up that deodorant, ladies. So nutritional deficiencies are very common, especially in the earlier stages, because Bubs is just using so many resources from your body. I mean, you're creating a person from scratch. So it stands to reason you're gonna need some tools. I was actually iron deficient, quite badly actually, and that would have explained some of the really exhausted days I had. But I also found it really difficult to take iron. So that was interesting because it just ended up giving me indigestion. So iron is a really common deficiency, as is vitamin D. You can be deficient in B12 as well. So I found a really good high quality multi for pregnancy, and I've also been taking magnesium and fish oils and things like that, which just really boost up your system, help with inflammation, get your omegas, especially if you don't eat a lot of fish. And I also take a probiotic as well. So for me, that was a really good combination. I did have to tweak my diet. I'm not a red meat eater, which is probably why my iron was on the lower side. Yes, so I had to make some concessions, and I have had to go back to eating red meat a couple of times a week. And you know, it is what it is. I couldn't take the iron supplements, so I had to find my heme iron somewhere. Okay, so I think that's everything that I can think of right now. I'm sure there's heaps of other stuff. And if you've had other stuff happen to you, please leave it in the comments below, because I'm really interested to create like a little community here and really just find out what's going on with everyone else. I am a qualified nutritionist, personal trainer, and Pilates instructor, among many other things. And I think it's really important that I share my experience, but also that I create some other videos for you guys around what exercises are safe, nutrition, supplementation, and all those things. So keep an eye out for that. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, because I don't have that many followers. They're not followers, are they? They're subscribers. So if you could be one of my subscribers, that would be so awesome, and I would be really grateful. Anyway, let's finish this video up. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you soon.